Okay, this is the fuel pump and vacuum pump. See the sediment bowl here. You've got the two vacuum lines here. You've got the incoming fuel line from the tank. And you can just see here the outgoing up to the carburetor. You can also just see just in here, just past the sediment bowl, is one of the two bolts that hold the pump to the side of the engine block. So we will need to disconnect these vacuum lines, the two fuel lines, and then pull those bolts, and that'll allow us to remove the fuel pump and vacuum pump. So yeah, it's a bit tricky to film in here. There's not a lot of space. Yeah, let's get on with it. Shouldn't take us too long, hopefully. Okay, alright. These vacuum lines off first. He says what size they are? About 11 mil. Alright. I seem to want to undo from here rather than there. Okay. That's fine. See if it's undoing. I'll have to wait a little while though. Oh. There we go, that's one. There we go, there's the second one. Okay. It's 16 mil for the fuel line, so. Oh, is this thing? Oh, actually, it might be off. Yes, it is. Okay, right. Last one. Yeah, we go. This one I can actually unscrew with my fingers. Oh, that's way easier. Easiest one we've had, that one. Oh, sorry, not too there. draw it by hand if I can get on it. There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna get it clean around this a little bit first. I don't want to get really any crap in there, so that leads into the camshaft. So just want to pick a clean bit and sort of just pick a clean bit, pick a clean part. Stuff that in there. Keep any stuff out of there for the minute. Right. Okay, right. We're back in the workshop with our rather disgusting looking fuel pump. So yeah, we're going to clean this up, strip this down, yeah, see what's wrong, if there is anything wrong, or whether, you know, we've just got gaskets that have failed. Yeah, we'll see what we find. Right, we're going to use more of this carbon intake cleaner, just because that's what I have. Suppose you could, I think I'd ordinarily also use brake cleaner. I'm out of stock of brake cleaner, I ain't got any at the minute, so this will do the job for now. So, as you can see from this end, this is the bottom end, which is the vacuum pump. And as you can see, it's pretty nasty looking. Interestingly, it looks like we've got some original green paint on there. So, yeah, interesting. Right, let's see, is this all gone? Or is it? No, that's a shape of the cast. It's just a thing there. Okay. I think we'll put in this dirty tray. This, I'm going to, however, a clean-ish tray. Obviously, I have too much stuff. Seems some days. Solenoids and all sorts. Right, we're just going to take this fuel bowl off for the moment. So we'll take this off. Put that over there. We'll have the gasket out. And we're also going to have this gauze filter out. If I can get it. That's that gauze filter, which forms part of the sediment bowl. I think we'll pop that off as well. It's going to get in our way. Right, okay, let's give this a bit of a going over. I might just scrape initially the stuff off the top. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. screwdrivers, they tend to pick up all the dirt. I'm interested to get into this because I'm not entirely sure what it looks like, as I don't think I've got an exploded view of inside of this. Do for now. Right. It'd be a lot easier if I had a parts cleaner. Solvent bath. Can't do these. I would like to have one, but I don't have one at the moment, and other things taking priority over buying one, so just do our best with this. I missed some big thick. Now we can get some part. Right, we'll start at the top, shall we, and work our way down. Right, 4 bolts out, so let's see. This just wants to come off. But hey, there we go. There we go. That must be the diaphragm then. Yeah, so that, obviously this part is fixed between the top piece here, so this piece would obviously move up and down, pumping our fuel. Okay, right. Yeah, it looks like there's an inlet valve and an outlet valve, so it pulls fuel in through one and pushes fuel out through the other. So it'd be in through this one and out through that one. As you can see, here's the incoming fuel, goes through the sediment bowl and is drawn into the pump and then pushed through this check valve and then pushed out through that one. Out to the outgoing fuel line, which then heads up to the carburetor. Right, let's have the vacuum side off, shall we? Which has a few more bolts in it. Even though I could swore blind, the manual said these ends were interchangeable, but I probably misread exactly what it said and what it means. I know this is a different pump or a different variation on it. Oh wow, that's a pretty strong spring. Oh wow, look at the size of that one. That is a pretty strong spring. And quite a bit of oil in there, which shouldn't be there. This is the vacuum pump side. Again, it has two check valves in there. And yeah, there's oil in there. It probably means we've got oil in our vacuum line, so we'll have to check that, won't we? Back in, so... Yeah, and all on the other side. Like, oh, that does not look nice. Okay. Check over here. Okay, figure out how this works and why we're leaking oil from one side to the other. Okay, that's just a boot. Okay, right, I see. The other screwdrivers. If you can see in there, screw in here. It's to be the retainer for. There's another one which I've already taken out. Looks to be the retaining screw for some part of this anyway. Okay, yeah, so that comes up off of there. Right. That's those two screws. And they held this retainer, holds this seal down. Okay, yeah, that was on there. Okay, well, it looks like that should be sealing it from the oil. Okay, it's not, and it's making its way through here. This in here doesn't look great. It looks like it's got pinged. It's leaking out there. Okay, so these two little check valves, they go here, and you can see just there above my nail, and just there where it was staked in, and in the lower half you can see the same thing. You can see the 4 stakes there for both of those check valves to hold those in. The only one that isn't is this one. That just sits in there. I'm assuming that's just because this is a sealing surface. I didn't want to go staking on the sealing surface. So yeah, so this is the lower half of the vacuum side. So you've got the 2 ports here. This big spring sits in there and acts against the bottom side of here, which is this piece sits on, which obviously is a cup for a spring. And then this is the top half of the fuel pump. So you've got where the sediment bowl goes, and then when the diaphragm sits. And again, you've got 2 more check valves in there. These 2 are just held in by a retainer and 2 screws. They're not staked in or anything. So yeah, fairly simple. Simple on this side. I don't quite understand what's going on here, but then if I'm honest, I don't really I don't fully understand how vacuum pumps work in the first place, just because I've never looked into it and learned. So, but our problem is that this is leaking oil, letting oil past it into here. You can see the discoloration on the shaft there where it's been sitting. So, yeah. Okay, right. So what we're going to do is just going to smear some RTV silicone on the stem here. What we'll see is, I think we probably want to pop this seal on first. Let's do that. Let's pop that on first. And I think what we'll do is we'll smear some round here, and then we'll slide the seal up, and then we'll leave that to go off before we then assemble the rest of the pump. So let me get a dab of RTV silicone. On my wee little finger here, and smear. when I mean smear, I'm trying to get as little on here as possible. Okay. 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 That's it right there. I'll just clean that bit off of there. Smear. I've got a little bit on this standing knife blade. Just get some in there. There we go, I think. That should do it. Right, we'll leave that to go off. Now, the other part of that seal's in here. When we reassemble it, I may pop just again a very thin smear of it on the seal before I install it. But we'll see. Cool. Okay, so I've gone ahead and assembled the fuel pump side off camera. I haven't done anything literally other than disassemble it, clean it, and put it back together. That's it. Obviously, you saw me clean it. And the reassembly is opposite of the. It's the reverse of the disassembly. So that's back on. Don't go wailing on these screws too hard. They are still screws into a casting. Just nice and firm. Should do it. And then on the vacuum side, I've gone ahead and reinstalled this check valve and staked it back in. I haven't put this one in yet. It's over here. Because that one but essentially sits in there loose, I'll put that one in there when we're actually assembling the vacuum half of the pump. So yeah, that's us done now until the silicone on this part has dried, and then it will be together with the vacuum half. So I'll bring you back when we're ready to assemble the rest of the 3, 2, 1. Okay, so until okay, so I've gone ahead and reassembled the fuel pump half of the pump off camera. All we've done is clean it when it was disassembled. So assembly obviously is the reverse of disassembly. Only thing to note really is to not go wailing away on these bolts too tightly. There are still screws into a casting, so just nice and firm will do. And then on the vacuum side, we've pop this check valve back in and restate it in position. The other one, which is down here, we'll put in when we're actually assembling the vacuum side of the pump. And that's it until our silicone on that seal is dried. There's nothing else really to do, so we'll come back once that's dried and get this other half assembled. 2, 1. Okay, so that silicone's gone off now, so we're going to reassemble this. We'll pop a little bit of RTV silicone, a very small amount. I mean, literally we're just going to smear a little bit on there, and that seals in here, and then we've got the seal retainer just there, goes on top. We sort of have to half install this to do the seal retainer. We sort of sneak in from the side. So let's get on with it, shall we? All right. What was I going to say? Okay, yeah. So when we install this, one, we have to make sure it's the right way round, and we've got to hook this eye. Now I don't know if you can see it. Try and get a light in there. You can see one of them there. Sort of a thought, and there's actually two, and there's another one that's dropped down a little further. Now they go in this hook because it's a double acting pump. They push down and pull up, along with this big spring that's pressed up against here, which is just out there, out of shot in the lower casing. So yeah, it's not, I've just sort of dry runned it, and it's not too bad, so it should go pretty easy. So let's get the silicone. I say so a lot, I've just realised. It doesn't bother me, but oh well. Let's open up this tube of silicone. Oh, come on, really. I don't know if I like it. I'm just going to go like this. Okay, right. Just gonna, and I mean a light smear on here. I don't want lots of it squidging out. I just want just enough just to seal it, make sure it's sealed, and then that's it. So we're just gonna go nice and gentle with this. Make sure we get a nice thin coating on there. Right. Okay, now we need to make sure we get this the right way around. So it's in that way. It's in this way. So you see we've got the hole here, matches the hole here where a check valve goes, which we need to put in. We're just going to get those two levers to fall down. Okay, right. I've got that in. You can just see in there. Oh, man, that light's terrible. Okay. You can just see in there the screw of the retainer there. There's another one just in there as well. I'm sorry, you can't really see that. We got the check valve to go in here. And that's just here. We'll put that one in a minute. And then it's just a case of bolting the lower casing on. Okay, I'm just going to pop this check valve in to here. Just pops in there nicely. I'll pull that back on. And then, it's just dropped out there. Okay, where this crease is, I'm just going to pop tiniest little bit of silicone just there, just to sort of make sure it seals as well as it can do. Yeah, we're going to do our best with that one. Got more just filling the crease up with silicone really more than anything else, but I think that should do it right. Okay, so we've got a spring cup that wants to go on there. Okay, so we've got the spring cup I just put on there. Okay, and then spring goes on there. And then our lower housing goes on with this part over here. We actually have to compress that spring down. I'm hopefully getting everything mostly in the right place, and then we'll whack a screw or two in, and hopefully that should hold it in place. Okay, that's not one, that's just... Okay, that's one. Oh, I'm keeping the pressure on as best I can. Pop another one in over here. Okay, right. That's that held onto now. Now I'll pop all the other screws in. I'll just pop two in just to hold that spring down. We'll pop all the other ones in and we'll just gently tighten them up one after the other. These do have little locking washers on them as well, these screws. So on there, it's got little locking washers on them. Well, that wasn't too stressful, unlike other things. Okay, and that's that. I've got the fuel bowl, which is sat over there off camera to go on. But okay, there's the fuel pump reinstalled. It's nice and easy. I did clean round the gasket surface there on the block. Gasket was still in reasonably good condition, so we just reused it. If we have a problem down the line, then we'll have to pop it off and replace it, but that's not too bad. That's just removing those two bolts, sliding the old gasket out, putting a new one and whacking those back in. You know, we won't need to take any of this loose. So yeah, it'll take quite a bit of cranking before we fill the bowl up and get fuel back up to the carburetor, because not only is the sediment bowl empty, but obviously we've done work on the carburetor as well. The float bowl in there is empty, so it will take quite a bit of cranking before that fills up, but it's not a problem. Right, yeah, so that's it. Not a terrible job, to be honest. Access isn't too bad. You know, you got the engine here, you got the chassis rail here. It's not too bad for getting tools in and whatnot. So yeah, not a bad job at all. Okay, because I forgot to film an outro for that at the time. So yeah, wasn't too bad of a job. Took a long time to clean it. I mean, it was pretty filthy when we took it off. It having been leaking for a while, it just collected all the road dirt and everything. But back on the truck, it has started leaking again. I don't know whether it's leaking from the gasket between the block and the pump, or whether it's that seal around the diaphragm stem, but we'll have to turn into that some other time. It's not leaking badly, but it's going to need a second look, so that'll be a future video. But we've got more pressing things to get to. The axle seal's leaking pretty bad. It's leaving a nice pool of oil on the ground, along with various other bits and pieces. You can see there's some rust repair we need to do. There's quite a scary looking hole that you can see for at least half the video while we're under the truck, in one of the main cross members under the cab. So yeah, I think that'll do it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.